Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order?
The bill is passed.
We'd like to get a budget that represents the interests of the people who are standing here with me now.
To be part of the struggle to achieve a better society for all.
We should be working together as the budget gets developed.
Hi, good morning and welcome to another edition of Assembly Update. My name is Assemblyman Felix Ortiz and I represent the communities of Red Hook, Sunset Park, Paslow, Borough Park, Bensonhurst, Bay Ridge. I am here today to talk about organ donation and why it's so important to continue to use the Department of Motor Vehicle as an avenue when you turn 16 and over to register as an organ donor. So New York State is one of the organ donations state who are at the bottom of the list of the 50 states in our nation. So we hope that this legislation will continue to motivate individuals and bring people to have a better understanding about why it's so important to give someone else a precious life. With me today, we have organ heart recipients, Dave Gray, who's going to be talking about a little bit about his own experience and what he went through and why it's so important to register. And also we have Mary Stryker, who is with the organ donor as well, who is going to talk about the importance of why we have to register and the avenues and the places that we can go in order to become an organ donor. With that, I would like to welcome both of you. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for being part of our program and for bringing the most important piece of life, which is bringing life to other person, and by giving awareness to the people of my community and my district. So I'm going to start with you, Dave. I'm going to ask you a quick question about how you feel today.
I feel absolutely fantastic.
You feel good? Can you tell us a little bit about your own experience and struggle and how you got to where you are today?
Yes, I can. I come down with viral cardiomyopathy, which led me down the path to the transplant path. I wound up going to Westchester Medical Center on November the 30th, 2015. They brought me back with medications and stuff. They got me going, where I was able to breathe again and walk. And I finally, I flatlined the day after Christmas, and I wound up on life support, an ancillary aortic balloon pump, and that kept me going for another 5 weeks or 6 weeks, and I flatlined again, and I wound up on an ECMO machine, a heart-lung bypass machine. The surgeons and doctors in Westchester brought me a long ways. I smiled. I was determined to be here today. I didn't know why I was here, but I knew I'm here for a reason, for sure.
Well, you're here to make sure that people really get the real message, and the real message is that we should not be afraid.
Exactly.
And I think the real message is that you're bringing is hope.
Yes.
And I think when you have faith and you have hope, this is the final outcome of where we are today. And I'm very, very pleased and happy for you to be here to share your experience with the people of my community and others across the states as well. What has been the most difficult time for you from the moment that you began to reach out to get a heart transplant?
As far as breathing and stuff was very difficult. I could no longer work. I could not function. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything for myself.
And today you can do a lot.
Today I can do everything. My goals were to do 5Ks. I did 4 5Ks last year. I walk them and run them. I do that. I spend my time volunteering, supporting all transplants, waiting. We currently got 3 in Westchester now. And I could bring up, I don't know if I should bring up, I'm a Google nut. I like to Google.
Okay.
I Googled 2 things when I was in CCU. I was just above 4% of my ejection fraction left in my heart. I Googled transplant surgery, which was a mistake. I should have never have done that. I did not need to know that. And the second one I Googled was organ donation in New York. And of course I find out we're number 50, and we got a person a day dying every day.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't need to know that, but I stayed strong and I smiled every day through the whole process. I did wind up with an artificial heart, an LVAD, which enabled me to walk my daughter down the aisle. Then I proceeded to get my heart 4.5 months later.
What will be your message to those people who say, oh, I don't want to sign up for this?
No.
What will be your message to them? that they're scared, they're afraid?
No, you can't take them with you. There's a lot of people out there that need a hero. It's just like mine was. There's just, you need to do it. There's too many people waiting in New York right now for organs. It's just under 10,000, and we're on the bottom of the list. We're number 50. We need to bring this up. We need more heroes. That's all I don't know what else to say. We definitely need more.
Well, I think we have a real hero here, and I thank you, Dave, for really sharing.
You got to stay strong and smile every day and do what you can do to help others. That's what I try to do.
I think the only way, the only way that we're going to go from the bottom to the top is people like yourself that go out there and really bring awareness and really educate people about not to be afraid, and also about the hope, to give hope and precious life to other people. And I think you are a remarkable individual and a human being. And I draft you as you was walking on the hall today.
Yes, you did. This is totally unexpected.
To come to me. I saw your shirt, and I got very attracted about your shirt. 100% living proof, organ donation, save life, and I think that message cannot be better. And I saw you, and I said, "What is your name?" "My name is Dave." I said, "You're recruited. Come with me." And I thank you very much for doing that. I think God works in the most miraculous ways, and I think He put you on my path to be here to bring this information to our constituents and our people that is around the state of New York. And I thank you for that, really.
Thank you.
So Mary, we wrote is Mary Stryker, and can you tell us what we're doing today, and why this day is so important for the people of the state of New York?
Absolutely. Today is the one-year anniversary of a law that was introduced, legislation that was introduced by Assemblyman Ortiz and Senator Hannan, and we're thrilled to have them as advocates on behalf of Donate Life. Organ donation really is a public health crisis in the state of New York. There are, as Dave said, nearly 10,000 New Yorkers waiting for a transplant right now. Odds are that there's one person every day who won't live to receive that transplant. And something that I think about a lot is my father's a kidney recipient. Knowing that there were people on the registry gave him hope. Knowing that there were people who said, yes, this is something I would consider, gave him a lot of hope. So if you've considered joining the registry or becoming a donor, make that intent known, because what it does is it says to all of those who are waiting, there are people who are supporting you or are in line to help you so that you can continue to live a healthy life. Dave is such a great example. I love to hear his story about how he received a new heart. I think that Dave, really, it's taken over his whole body. Dave is now all heart, and what he's being very modest about is that he is traveling down regularly to Westchester Hospital to help those who are on the waiting list for a heart transplant navigate the system and understand that there are caring New Yorkers who are willing to make a difference and join the Donate Life registry. And now, within the last few months, we've launched an online registry. So all of those folks who are in Assemblyman Ortiz's district, you can go online right now at donatelife.ny.gov, and you can make your intent known. When the time comes and this issue comes to light, your family is going to be asked at that moment what their decision is, and you can take so much of that anguish off of their shoulders by joining the registry. This way it lets them know that you want to help other people, it's your intent, and that's really the greatest gift that you can give to someone.
Mercy, let me just ask you a question about your experience with your father. I think what was your impression when they came to you and your dad and your mom, and they say to you guys, your father needed a kidney transplant? What was the first impression you got in your face when the doctor came over and said that to you?
I thought for sure when we found out my father was going to need a kidney that he was not going to live to spend a lot of time with his grandchildren. And that was really heartbreaking to me because I've had such a close relationship with my grandparents. So for my children who are in their 20s now, to be able to have an adult relationship with their grandfather has just been so amazing. And I'm really happy about that. I'm thankful every day for the extra 11 years that my dad has had so far, to be able to participate fully in life and to be able to pass on that legacy to the next generation.
And just I don't know if your dad went through the process of dialysis or not. Can you quickly tell us the difference between when the person is in dialysis versus when the person already get a kidney transplant?
Yes, so for my father, his kidneys began to malfunction and he was having less and less functionality. They put him on dialysis.
You got them both or one?
He got one.
One.
And his so what happened? Well, they don't take out the ones that aren't working, but he got one, and it's working now. When he was in the hospital, and they mentioned he would be going on dialysis, we started to think, oh, well, that's good. You know, not that big a deal. Oh, so wrong. Being on dialysis 3 days a week, it not only consumes those 3 days, but it makes you very tired on the days when you're not on dialysis. So it limits you a lot. We began planning our time with my father around, well, you know, when is he going to need to be at dialysis, or when is he going to be feeling well? When he went into the hospital and he got his new kidney, I'm going to embarrass him by saying he started singing in the recovery room. That's just the kind of guy he is. But he really felt like getting that kidney from his donor was just such a gift. And I know he's thankful every day. And there are thousands of people who are in similar shoes, just waiting for that one gift from someone who, you know, has an unfortunate passing, but can continue to live on in many ways through someone else, through their recipient. You know, I look at Dave, and I touched his heart yesterday. I'm going to do it right now, but there is someone beating within his heart right now who made that gift and made such a difference. And we know from speaking with donor families that knowing that their loved one is continuing on in some capacity and helping is a great relief.
When we talk about whether it's heart transplant, whether it's kidney transplant, whether it's liver transplant, you know, what message can you give to the parents as a result of the legislation that we passed by allowing their 16 years old to sign off by parental consent, to ensure that they should not be afraid, because the issue here is that could be me.
That's right.
That could be me. And so what message can we give them very quick?
I would say 16 and 17-year-olds, having them eligible to make their intent known has been really helpful. I know there are more than 32,000 people who are 16 and 17 who have already registered. And what it does is, you know, these young adults nowadays are very motivated. They're involved in lots of activities. We've given them a lot of responsibility. They can apply for their driver's license. Why wouldn't we give them the opportunity as well to join the registry and let their intent be known? Now, as you said, Assemblyman, that parents do have the final override, but it's a very important piece of legislation.
Well, let me just share something with you now that we're coming to the end of the program. My mother was a kidney transplant recipient, given by my sister. So I had the experience going through the process ourselves, especially when you had children, little kids. And secondly, you have a sister who never been married, and my mother is concerned. I have my son waiting for a heart transplant at this point. So I really would like to thank both of you for being in my program today and for giving the people of my district the opportunity to have more knowledge, more awareness about how can we be able to save somebody else's life. And just keep in mind, when you give the opportunity for someone else to have a new life, you're developing a precious life. So let's give a precious life a life that they deserve. And don't be afraid, have faith, have hope, and let's save another life. Thank you very much. And if you have any information about this program or you would like to become an organ donor, do not hesitate to contact my office at 718-492-6334. Visit the DMV or visit Organ Donation Living, which they also have a register available for you online.